Let's talk about Sorin Markov. Hard to see, but definitely my favorite commander. He flips, turns into this planeswalker. Can usually do it as soon as he comes out or the turn after, just by extorting. But +2, creative food, -1, which is really what we focus on, is Sorin does damage equal to the amount of life that you've gained this turn, so we have a lot of ways to gain a lot of life. So let's just take a look at how I've built this. I've swapped a lot of cards in and out. So it's always changing based on what I want to try to do, but typically only like 3 to 4 cards at max will be changed ever. So we got Beseech the Mirror, Oscillate Pride, Lurrus of the Dream Den, Charismatic Conqueror, Bull Citadel, Ranger Captain of Eos, Concealed Courtyard, Beholder's Death Ray, Final Showdown, Sensei's Divining Top, Archivist of Ogma. This one, it is good. It adds a lot of value, but every time I play, I'm not like, oh wow, I'm so excited I have this Archivist, right? So we'll see. Sarah Ascendant, I mean, doesn't get better than that on turn 1 sometimes. Mana Vault, Grand Abolisher, Ministerith, Caves of Koilos, Enlightened Tutor, Veto, gotta have a Veto in a deck like this, Voice of Victory, Ancient Tomb, Guide of Souls, Swords to Plows, Wishclaw, Cleric Class. This card is a sleeper. In any deck that's gaining life, this card is a sleeper. Gemstone Mine, I just think the art's cool, and it gives me my colors, at least temporarily. Heliod, got the obvious infinite with Walking Ballista, Deafening Silence. People hate this card, but I love it. I think for decks like mine that are grindy, you need a Deafening Silence. The earlier the better. Dark Confidant, gotta love that. Glacial Chasm. You know, you want to usually play it late game, so if you have it in your open hand, you're holding it for a long time. But you don't want to not have it and need it, so it's good to have this in your opening hand sometimes. Really strong land. Teferi's Protection. This is my own personal Mox Diamond. I think it's awesome. Monty Python kind of vibes, you know. Lots of lands, revised. I love my revised Soul Rings. I think they're the best ones. It's got that Middle Earth look, you know, kind of goes with the vibe. Reliquary Tower, Grim Tutor, Crack the Vault version, Shoulder the Apocalypse, Delny. Card is cracked. This card is so good. Could talk about this card for a whole video, but she, like with an Oscillate Pride out and a Guide of Souls or a Starscape Cleric, this card is just so good in this deck. Springleaf Drum, Silence, Demonic Tutor, Containment Priest. This shuts down a lot of decks. Not a ton, but it shuts down some for sure. Exsanguinate, definitely a card you want to have in there. Cabal Ritual, Demonic Consultation, and an Aetherflux Reservoir. This one goes infinite with the Sensei's Divining Top, Bull Citadel. That's definitely a win with Sorin. This Demonic Consultation, I played this the other night, and I obviously don't have blue. And everyone was like, why are you playing that card without having a Thassa's Oracle? Dude, this card is amazing. Name a card, remove the top 6 cards of your library from the game, reveal the next card to all players. If it is the card named, put it into your hand. If not, remove the card from the game and continue revealing the top card of your library and removing it from the game until the named card appears. And so I did this like 5 turns in, and I named Exsanguinate because I had a lot of treasures from Smothering Tithe and whatnot. And they were so confused as why I did it. And then when I was able to actually get the Exsanguinate in my hand, I probably had about this much cards left. I was able to win the game with that card. I mean, so, I don't know. You can play it in other decks. Play it in other decks. It's all good. Toxic Deluge. Gotta have that. Walking Ballista. This is a one-shot kill for somebody, typically. And then depending on what I have out, it can hit multiple people. So, good card. Fatal Push, it's not very important to me. I just love the oil slick Assassin's Creed version, so it's in there just for flavor. Necro Dominance, gotta love it. Children of Corliss, definitely a win con in this deck, depending on if I have a Bull of Citadel out or a Necrodom, Necropotence. Definitely a win con in this deck. Vampiric Tutor, Touch the Spirit Realm. I'm on the fence about it. It is so good that I haven't been able to remove it yet, but I've thought about it. Smothering Tithe, Dark Ritual, Path, Bloodletter of Aclazotz. I haven't really gotten to see his value in this deck yet, but I know it's there. Adnaz, of course. Moreland, Devourer of Spiders. This card people don't talk about enough. It's scalable. You draw this on turn 8, and you need an answer to just get rid of that one player or whatever. And I'm pretty sure this is one of those value pieces I'm talking about when looking at the Bloodletter. Because if an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. And I think, so let's say you come in with 8 counters on this guy. It's 10 mana, but when you're playing in higher level brackets, 10 mana is not that hard to get. So he'll do 8 damage times 2, it'd be 16. With lifelink, you'll gain 16, they'll lose 16, then Sorin will see that. Just that alone is usually enough to kill somebody. 16, 32 life, especially that far into the game. So, yeah, Moreland, and then he's got lifelink and all those counters for when he attacks. It's pretty good. Imp's Mischief. March of the Wretched Sorrow. Didn't even know anything about this card until I started playing Legacy a couple months ago. In my Necro Dominance deck, I run this, and just insanely good. So if I'm planning to draw a ton of cards with the One Ring, Necro Dominance, Necropotence, whatever it might be, at my end step, I can just draw, let's say, 30 cards. Maybe my max hand size is 5 still because I don't have the Reliquary Tower out. I can use this card if I have 1 mana open, and if I was going to discard the card anyways, this is the only recursion piece in this deck. Why not just exile him and just do a shit ton of damage with this card? And if I have a veto out, then you can kill somebody. So draw 30, I'm going to exile 15 of those cards to do 30 damage to this creature. Veto is going to see that 30 and boom, kill somebody. You know, it's such a good card. And that's all for 1 mana, 30 life. That's just like the picture in my head, is drawing all those cards to exile them to march. It's just so good. No need to keep talking about it, but it would be so much better if it did damage to a player. And people mention Soul Spike, but it's 4 damage. Soul Spike is, I mean, it's good, but it's not that great. Chthonian Nightmare, just if I need some value pieces like the Ocelot Pride, Children of Corliss. Those things are crucial, so we'll use that to bring those back. Flare Fortitude, kind of like a Teferi's, a little bit better. Maybe not, I don't know. Imperial Seal, Boromir, Esper Sentinel, the One Ring, Scheming Symmetry, Recruiter of the Guard. Land Tax is so much better than people, I think, give it credit for. Filtering out 3 cards a turn sometimes, every turn, lands. So I run a lot of basics that you guys have probably seen. This just pulls them all, and then I'm just drawing value. There's that Necropotence, Vexing Ball. I don't know why, but I've had people just get up and quit when I play this card. Run Artifact Removal. I don't know what to tell you. Peter Parker's Camera, probably one of the only good cards besides Moreland for me in Spider-Man, but this is a win con on a card for me. Sorin sees enough life, kill somebody, tap this, kill somebody. You know, it's just very good. Soul Warden, It's so good with a cleric's class out. You're just gaining double that life every single time. Angel's Grace, you got to have it in white. You know, you got to have it. Why not? Drannith Magistrate. I don't even think I want to have this card in here anymore. It's just kind of stupid. Tainted Sigil. I have yet to really see the value out of this, but if you read it, sack it, gain life equal to the life lost by all players this turn. So that's a lot of potential life gain. So I have yet to see it work, but it makes sense. Orm's Chant, kind of like a better silence for me personally. I like to silence someone that's going to do something. And then even if they have a lot of big bodies, like those ones that cheat creatures in a lot, just don't let them attack you, right? Or anybody. Dawn's Truce, Lotho. I guess I can show you what's in my sideboard just so you can see. This card I've yet to play. Tendrils of Agony, but it's in there. Doorkeeper Thrall. That's a definite sideboarder. Portable Hall, meh. Rest in Peace. Gilded Lotus, sure. Blind Obedience, Dark Deal. Island Sanctuary. What you could probably is noticing is that this is very stacksy in my sideboard, and that's because this deck can get way more controlling if I decide to. Golem Obsessed Stalker, I should probably put him back in there. Even maybe this Sadistic Pilgrim, I should probably put him back in there too. Rule of Law, Bagel and Schmear, no idea why I even have that in here. Rent is Due is interesting. I think Rent is Due is interesting. I just don't think it's good enough. I haven't figured out like a machine to make it good enough yet, you know, but it's there. Agent Venom, also Spider-Man. I guess there's a few that are on my mind in that set, but that's about it. Sign in Blood, Guardian of Thraben. Make those non-creatures cast more. Shards of Narsil, make those creatures cast more. Thorn of the Amethyst. Don't know why it's in there. Avid Mind Sensor, some more stacks. Astarion the Decadent. Could be a win on a card, but it's 6 mana. Just kind of like, Sanctum Prelate. You can see there's a lot of stacks in this sideboard. Lunar Convocation. Card that I just put in and I'll just immediately take back out. I'm just like, well, I don't know. Every time I draw it, it just doesn't feel good, right? Just some cards are like that. Talisman of Hierarchy, Arcane Signet, just an extra Arcane Signet, I guess. Assemble the Players. Interesting in this deck because I do play a lot of creatures with power 2 or less, 2 or less, so could be good. But I will probably, if anything, add in Golem, because let's say I gained 30 life in the turn, and this has been out since like turn 1 or 2, right? And I've done damage with them to everybody. So that turn that I'm losing 30 life, if he just happens to be out still, I mean, I'm going to win the game, right? So it's interesting. I've actually won a game with this card before. So, yeah, let's see. Drannith Magistrate. I almost got to keep it in there. Probably let's see. I like all those. Let's keep all those. Containment Priest, Springleaf, nah, I don't know. There was one card I think I was definitely on the fence about cutting. I don't know where. Okay, Archivist. Oh, white card draw, creature, flash, gain life, Final Showdown. That might be it right there. I want this card to be so much better than it's been feeling. I've gotten a board wipe off before, but other than that, I've just never been like, oh my gosh, this card is so great, right? So I'm just gonna go a little bit more creature heavy, put Golem back in, take this guy out. I think this card is good, but I don't know if it's a permanent staple in this deck. And if you guys ever want to play on Spell Table or on Arena, let's see, just comment and I will give it to you.